Pizza Tower is a game about small business owners fighting back against the forces of big pizza. It is the closest thing I have to a religion, and I haven't seen my wife in months. She tells me the kids are doing well. I don't remember having kids. Or a wife. Pizza Tower's gameplay is my new drug of choice. You play as Peppino Spaghetti. No, really, that's his name. A horrible mix between Sonic and Mario. You see, he is like Sonic because he is fast, and like Mario because you don't ask him what he was doing during the 1930s. I've been told that the gameplay is inspired mostly by Wario Land, but I've never played Wario Land, and judging by the fact that my most viewed video is basically a Cocomelon video that infringes on copyright, I don't expect you to have played it either, so I'll just explain it. I describe Pizza Tower as a movement-based gimmick platformer. That is to say, the movement mechanics are very deep, and there's a new gimmick every level to keep Zoomers entertained. In almost every level you're tasked with getting to the end of the level while collecting toppings, although they look more like bottoms to me. At the end of every level is Pillar John. Yes, that's his name. You have to kill him, and then you have 2.5 minutes to escape the level before Pizza Face, yes, that really is his name, gets you. That's it. That's the gameplay loop, and it's perfect. Well, not exactly. Like how I abruptly stopped talking to that one girl, Pizza Tower doesn't know when it has a good thing going. While some of the gimmicks are fun and interesting, some of them are the golf level. Exhilarating. Even worse, perhaps the only genuinely bad part of the game, are the boss fights. This is a game that's all about movement, high speeds, and quick reflexes, so of course all the boss fights take place in the same square room with no exits. These boss fights are the only mark on the game's otherwise perfect record. Peppino goes from one of the most dynamic characters in gaming to worse Mario, who can do not much more than jumping and grabbing, and to top it all off is the final boss, spoilers, who has about 8 stages, and if you die in any of them, you go back to the very beginning of the fight. Well, clearly whatever the game is doing is working, because I'm still here playing it despite it all. Now, I'm no music man, but the music in Pizza Tower is good. Just straight up. You don't believe me? Well, the soundtrack has been playing for this whole video. You're listening to it right now. Anyway, rather than poorly explaining why I like the music, I put together some of the better songs. Hey! Wanna listen to some tunes? Now for the story. The story of Pizza Tower is somewhat like FNAF, in that it is hidden deep within the game, and is difficult to parse. It is also constantly changing. For instance, it was long thought that Peppino was a war veteran, but now that's not so clear. But I think I've managed to put things together. You'll have to excuse me, however, I have not read the Pizza Tower comics, which are the Silmarillion of the franchise. Alright, here you go. Here we go. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a bit frantic. This isn't exact science, but I think I have it all sorted out, right? So you got two pizzerias. You got Peppino's Pizza, and you got Pizza Head's Pizza, and they're like in a rivalry, right? But Peppino's Pizza is just better, so it's ahead, right? But then there's the war, right? And the war, Peppino is drafted into the war, and he has to go fight in the war. And during this time, Pizza Head's Pizzeria, which was originally floundering behind Peppino's Pizza, it suddenly rises to prominence, and he creates the Pizza Tower, and he takes his true form as Pizza Face. Shock reveal, Pizza Head is Pizza Face. Peppino returns from the war to find that his pizzeria is in disarray because he wasn't manning it while he was at war. We don't know who he was at war with though. It's still hidden away in the lore. We haven't figured that one out. Anyway, gloating over Peppino, Pizza Head, who is now Pizza Face, comes to Peppino's Pizza and says, "I'm going to blow your pizzeria up with my Pizza Tower laser," as we can see in the intro, from what I can tell. And then Peppino, angered by this, charges into the Pizza Tower, right? He charges in there, and he has to go through the gauntlet. Meanwhile, Pizza Face is taunting him with visions of his past, like the war, and when he was cloned, and golf, right? And the bite of 87, and they don't want you to know this. Big Pizza don't want you to know this. They're gonna get me. Oh god! Oh no, they're coming to get me! Come on, spread the word, spread the word! This is what they don't want you to know! Sorry about that, I don't know what came over me there. There's nothing they don't want you to know about Pizza Tower, whatever it's called. 8 out of 10. Remember to like and subscribe and give me money and buy my merch and ring the bell and follow me on Twitter and give me money and buy my OnlyFans. And remember to send this video to all your friends and leave a comment saying, "I love Pizza Tower," and "I love the government," and there is nothing more about Pizza Tower that is being hidden by greater powers. Goodbye.